ketchup, potato chips, that. I know it might cost you $1 million to mail them to me, but if you can give me a quote, it'd be great. Really need a couple bags.
Too funny. All right. Well, welcome to Thursday Night Shift. Ketchup, potato chips are on the menu tonight. I hope you're having a good one, everybody. We are going to go ahead and kick us off tonight. I think we'll have a full night for you, have some fun. We had a question that was asked, and so let me go ahead and pull that back up. I'll read it word for word here. So it was on our reminder tonight. It was from Miss Lauren Watson, and she said, "Hey, any chance you all? I don't know your plan, but any chance you guys can go over what you're sending out with your transition mailers or like, et cetera, your rub and sniff catalogs, newsletter, those types of things." So this was kind of last minute. Some of us have it, some of us don't yet. That's totally okay. So we're going to kind of go through that and share with you kind of what some of the things we're doing with transition or to promote this next coming month. So who wants to kick us off?
Can I ask a question real quick? Just because I did this recently, is the waiting room off? Because there's like, is the waiting room off?
Yes, it's off. Yep, we're
okay.
good.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. Well, so I actually have a couple of things that I can share about my transition mailers. I'll start with the bigger of the mailers, because I do have 3 different things that I'm working with for different budgets and different types of this Tony's cat is distracting me. I'm so sorry. That's such a cute cat. Totally distracted me. But anyway, I have 3 different mailers that I do based on the kind of customer purchase history that's going on. So the first one I'm going to always do is my clubbers. They always get the first happy mail round because they make my business go right round, right? So this month, I did this even a little bit more budget friendly than I have in the past, but for my transition mailer for my clubbers is heavier. So they do get a couple of gifts, such as, I love personalized pens. I love office supplies. Everyone loves pens, waitresses, doctors' offices, everywhere you go. This is a great business tool to have. If you can afford it, when you can afford it, I highly do recommend them. And it's a write-off. People don't throw pens or magnets away. So then they get a full catalog. My clubbers are always going to get a full catalog, you guys. I got glitter. I'm trying to prevent the glitter from going everywhere. So I apologize. Well, it's just going to happen. So anyway, there's glitter everywhere. Here you go. Glitter. So they're going to get the catalog with just a catalog cover or an insert that I made on Canva. If you have time and you want to do that, you totally can. It's just a fun way to add a little personal touch to your catalog. I don't put rub and smell stickers in here because they're clubbers. They're actually going to get samples of all of the 10 new wax scents. So, and then I just made a document that we're actually going to share with you guys a little bit later that you can also include. Of course, there's always information about hosting and joining and things like that with the samples, cotton cleanup, these little tokens from Amazon, which are super, like, they're for teachers or inspirational quotes. Then I have a postcard mailer that will go out. This will be to the customers who I haven't heard from in a really long time. It will say something on the back about transition, the new catalog. I'm still in Scentsy because I haven't heard from in a long time, and 3 little new stickers. And then for the customers who kind of, that you hear from them every few months, they're good bread and butter customers. I'm going to send them a showcase brochure, and they're going to get a rack card on the front that has all of my favorite things, and on the back it has the 10 new rub and smell stickers in there, because that still should go for 1 stamp. Should go. Now I say that because some post offices can give you a hard time because those showcase brochures sometimes can be a little bit thicker. But those are the 3 different mailers I tend to do for transition time. Heather, what do you got?
So this season I'm doing things a little differently. I was not utilizing my rub and smells properly, I would say, because I really had a whole bunch left over each season. So I am being so intentional of using these dadgum stickers on purpose. So my mailer, and these are only going to my A customers, if you will. My Scentsy Clubbers will get this, plus a little unicorn wax. Nicole Villalobos on our Scentsy and Steps, we talked about it. I've posted this in the shift already. So this will go to my Scentsy Club only. Everybody else, if they're a big spender, a regular customer, this is not somebody that's bought 1 pack of 6 bars in 6 months. They're not getting this. I actually am not sending anything out to the B group or C group, if you will. I have a link that I'm going to send out, and if they want to request one, I will put a packet together according to how much they have purchased from me. So I'll look at their name, decide, do they deserve a catalog? Do they deserve a showcase brochure or a product list? And I will put that together accordingly. I'm not going to spend tons of money on postage this year. It's going up, and I need to be making sure my big spenders get it. So this year, for my catalog, it's got in just the clear envelopes. I have 2 felt samples inside that are super flat. I included Kimberly Polita's awesome, real slender, like it, love it sheet, 3 to a page. On the front, we redid, I believe it was Dawn's adorable thing that she created. I just redid it a little bit, made it a front and back, put rub and smell stickers throughout the entire catalog of all the new fragrances. And I put on the back of my page what page they could find them on so they don't lose them. So they're just going to go through, rub and smell all the different, I literally just stuck them on the page. There's nothing fancy. And then on the back, it just says start a side hustle sticker, get paid on your purchases, weekly trainings and support available to you. Spend $200 a year on Scentsy. That is all you have to buy to get money back. No pressure, work how you want it. The product sells itself. So I just did stickers on the back for my join, just to kind of give a little summary of starting a side hustle during these times. And that is my mailer. I typically try to hand them out in customer orders instead of mailing them. And then I have an Excel spreadsheet and I highlight it red if I know that I've already handed them one. That way I know who's getting them, I kind of want to track and just be really intentional with who's getting what, but that really is that's all I do. I'm not doing a whole bunch of stuff this season for all different people. Who has got something next? Jamie or Melissa?
I'll go.
Sure, go ahead.
I have a quick little blip I want to put in here. I was at another friend's house last weekend making samples, and I just start cutting them up and start melting. Okay. I mean, like with no rhyme or reason, no agenda, not how many. I don't count it out to make sure I have the same amount. I just cut up and go, right? She counts all hers out, cuts them up, stacks them, organizes it. Guess what? At the end of the day, we got the exact same amount of work done. We got samples made, and the goal is to get them in customers' hands. So I say all that to say, you're going to hear all these different things, and you all work different ways. And let me tell you, I heard all the things and saw the things that they just did. You know what I do? I wing it. Whatever I got, whatever my budget is, whatever I've got the time for. I live and breathe by product sheets, and that's the most affordable most of the time. My locals will get catalogs. Again, I used these 2 that Kimberly shared. I think they're beautiful. They're very eye-catching. Wonderful. Did rub and smell stickers. Boom. I have no rhyme or reason whatsoever. I have said this a million times. There are so many amazing things shared by everyone else. So like Heather's newsletter that she does all the time, use that. Okay. I will use one of these, and I'll use one of these, and I'll probably put a product sheet, because guess what? It all goes flat in one envelope without any issues. Next catalog change, I may do something completely different. I never do the same thing twice, and I never have a set agenda. Is just to get things in people's faces, in their mailboxes, so they don't forget about me. So all that to say, I literally just got this stuff today. So I'm going to be working on it. We'll see what comes together, but that's the gist of it. Just a very simple, flat, easy, mailable things, because at the end of the day, whether you go to the 9s or you go to the most simple form you possibly can, just do it one way or another, whatever fits your personality and whatever fits your budget, because that's what matters most. Okay, that's it. Callie?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so couple things. I just dropped, actually on Zoom I did. I'm going to pop it over to Facebook. I just dropped a link to our boards with some of the spring and summer items, including Kimberly's awesome rub and share it, like it, love it sheet that both Heather and Jamie have shared, and I actually have in mine as well. So I want to make sure you guys had those to access. Okay, so I have mine done a couple different ways. I will deliver them if they're local. I'll mail them, put them into thank yous, into bags, all that fun stuff. And so here's what I have. 2 things. showcase brochures. If you budget, this is actually also a really great budget one, showcase brochures, and then also the product sheets that Jamie shared. Something that I did, and I just put a sticker on there that just said to scan here to see the full catalog. And on March 1st, the catalog link on your workstation will automatically update to the new one. And so if they want to flip through all of the current ones, you want to use those all season long, you can just use showcase brochures and that would give them access to the catalog. So I do this or an actual catalog. One thing that I did different, I had the same sheet that Heather did, kind of that, just a little intro. Sometimes it talked about me, sometimes it talks about what's happened in the catalog, sometimes it talks about other things. But this is also one that I just got from somebody in one of the groups. I've got my rub and smell sheets. On the back this time, this is even totally janky. Talking about using what you have or like just go in with the flow or whatever. On the back, I just put making a return, and I had 2 to go on this one of rub and smell sheets that were making a return, and I was just trying to use the stickers and the things that I had, and that's what ended up on this sheet. Go just on the back side here. I also put just above them, anyone know anyone who could use some extra money? New catalog season is a perfect time to launch a new Scentsy adventure, earn discounts on Scentsy products and money on them too. So again, a call to action in regards to a join opportunity, catalog, rub and smells. I have a scent of the month in here somewhere. And then this is the only other thing that I did. I took Dawn last week. She shared a file, or Heather week before, and I had that cute little St. Patrick's Day type background. So I just took that, and then that's a scratch off sticker that I had that we've used in the past. And underneath of there, it says that have a qualifying gift scent event in March or April and get a warmer of your choice for, and when they scratch that, it will show them like a dollar amount. You could put a sticker on like an old deck of playing cards and just stick a random playing card into somebody's order with something like that. And like if they had a 9, then they would pay $9 for a mini warmer or something. You kind of make up what your own thing is, but that is a personal special. So it's going in these, but that's that. So basically rub and smells, call to action for a party, scent of the month that's in here somewhere, and then either a catalog and brochure, and then that little sheet. That's mine. That's mine. Okay.
And how many of you are feeling like, OMG, I'm super behind? Because I'm here to bring up the rear and tell you that I don't have a single thing prepared for March yet, because my catalogs and my rub-off Snickers have Snickers. I must want a candy bar. My stickers, my new season sales kit, my catalogs, it must have gotten stuck behind a flash sale order because I don't have any of it yet. And so I don't have a single thing prepared for March 1st, and I'm okay with it. So I'm here to tell you that no matter what, there is a consultant on here that is in the same boat as you. Okay? Now, that being said, can we segue right into tonight's training? Okay, because you, Heather and Jody or Jamie were going to show, never mind. I can segue, I can go, you already showed. You have to forgive me. I don't have any materials with me. I'm sitting in a closet. I feel out of my normal surroundings. So I hope that I can and still train. Okay. All right. So, and if any of you in Michigan, if you're on tonight, I'm going to assume you have power, and I do not have power at home. And they're not estimating my power to come back on from the ice storm until Sunday. So that's exciting. So I'm about to lose everything in 2 freezers, which stinks. So anyhow, that being said, let's talk about the party. What party? The party. The party that builds your business. The home party, the basket party, the work office lunch party, the teacher lunchroom, break room party. The party, by definition, that we are talking about tonight is a group of people that are together with testers under their noses. That's the type of party we're talking about tonight, and why they are so important to your business. Not only are they important to your business, they are important to you as a leader for your team and your team numbers and sales and new prospects and potential new hostesses and potential new consultants. The party is the best moneymaker in your business for your time and energy. Because the amount of time that you will take to sell one-to-one, one person at a time, is so far outweighed by getting a group of people together in a formal or informal setting and getting testers under their noses and allowing them to feed off of each other's energy to purchase. Think about your own buying habits. When your friend is ranting and raving about something, don't you feel like you need it too? And you need to know why. Why do they love it? That energy cannot be felt outside of a group setting. And in a day and age when we have become almost immune to notifications and events on social and hoping that somebody will scroll past a post that I've made, we have to get back to doing one of the fundamental, foundational business building activities, which is how so many of us grew and built this business to begin with. So when I tell you that this year we are focusing on getting back to the basics, even if you feel like some of the things we talk about are over your head or advanced, or an app that we talk about or we refer to seems like it's not back to basics. What I want you to remember is we are still behind the scenes doing the basic things to build, grow, maintain, sustain our businesses. So I have something I want to share with you. This is continuing the conversation. Hold on. Here we are. This is continuing the conversation from that I just opened with, where the money is. Parties. And I know you can ask 10 different people in this business. Some are going to say they don't use the word party anymore. The word party is outdated. I don't care what you call a group of people getting together and smelling scents. I don't care what word you use to call it. For the sake of this training, I'm going to use the word party because we are all under the understanding that it is a group of people smelling testers, smelling scents, experiencing our products in person. And for the sake of this training, I'm calling it a party. A party is it's your future business. It's your future team members. Jen Audette will always quote Mary Christensen when she and share sales are your income for today. Parties are your income for tomorrow. Recruiting is your income for forever. If you are only ever just trying to make a sale, you are going to work harder than another consultant that is growing a business, growing a customer base, and growing a team. When you are spreading out the workload, you are going to see greater benefit in proportion to the time that you're spending on your business. And we all, at every single level, have to do these things. As superstar directors, and as a superstar director, I'm telling you that this year I am focusing on group shopping. That is the primary focus of my business. I want 2 or more people in front of me smelling scents at all times. And I want a hostess involved. I want somebody that's actually earning the free and half price products. We have also become very accustomed to ourselves being the hostesses and taking all of the one-on-one individual orders that we collect, pooling them together, putting them in as a party for ourselves, collecting those rewards and closing it out. How is that growing our business if that's what we're doing? You may be able to use those products that you got for free and half price as an incentive for a future opportunity. Okay, you might be growing your business a little bit if that's how you're using those tools. But if you are closing out a party where you are the hostess because you've taken a bunch of individual orders and pooled them together and you are not utilizing the rewards available as a host exclusive kit and have that available to offer to somebody, how is that party a tool to propel your business in the future? How is that party order that you're closing a tool to propel you into the future? Every order that you close should be an opportunity to propel your business in the future. Okay. So a couple things. And I have everybody minimized at the moment. So if something happens and I drop off or you can't see me or you can't hear me, I can't see any of you at the moment. So somebody text me. Okay, why parties matter so much to direct sales success. At a party, you have more exposure to more people who can be encouraged to book a party, join your business, or join your customer group. Parties are far more time efficient than trying to sell to individuals one by one. It's the best way to make more money faster. So in short, you can sell to multiple people at the same time. That is ideal. That is what makes a party a party. That is group shopping. By focusing on parties, you avoid buyer fatigue. And I really want to drive this point home to you guys. Buyer fatigue is a real thing. Your group that you are constantly marketing to has become a little bit immune and a little bit accustomed to the way you run your business. And it's very easy to flippantly ignore all of the promotions you're sending their way. These buyers, these customers that have been with you for a long time, know enough to know if they wait long enough, a good sale will come along. If you only ever have customers that are purchasing from you when there's a sale, you are not going to grow a business. So there's only a certain amount that you can sell to a customer group. Even with a large and highly engaged group, you will hit a limit. Customers in a group are also more likely to wait for the next sale or great offer. It's hard to sell to people in between those offers. How many of you have felt that? How many of you have felt like your customers are accustomed to flash sales now and they don't buy from you in between flash sales? You are continuing to dive into the same lake to catch the same fish if you are not growing your customer base. So in short, you always need new customers. By filling your calendar with parties and events, you are less reliant on social media algorithms that you cannot control. If you solely rely on Facebook groups, and I know many direct sellers do, you can never be sure from day to day that your business is safe. Remember that you don't own or control that piece of online real estate. You have no way in what happens to it. If your business was completely 100% done online and the internet was hijacked and crashed, would your business die? Would you not have a single reference point off of the internet for your business? Off of social media, a way to contact your customers. If your only way to contact your customers is through Facebook, you need plan B. And that is a suggestion with a warning. You have to have a backup. If something disappeared tomorrow, would you lose all of your customers? Okay. Oh, minimize. Remember that, oh yeah, I did that. So in short, social selling is just one avenue. It is not the avenue for many of us. You can increase the value of each customer to your business by offering parties or events with different themes. This helps to keep interest in booking with you high, which means you'll get repeat bookings. You'll find that you build lasting relationships with many of the hosts and customers. In short, parties are relationship builders. And you always know a compliment on a great party is when that host rebooks with you. That is a compliment. Your goal going into a party, and I know you're going to say to me, I have to have a party first to go into a party and worry about bookings. But your greatest compliment is a host rebooking and a host getting a booking at their party. Those are your greatest compliments. Okay. At a party, you can focus on different ranges of your product and you'll be in a position to offer better education on them. This means that guests are more likely to buy and you'll notice it increases loyalty and repeat orders from you. And they can smell the scents because they are in person. In short, live demos sell and smelling our fragrances increase our sales. I'm going to tell you that I still have, how many of you, this has happened to you? I just had a customer do it this last flash sale. She ordered pods. She had no idea what they were, but she ordered them because they were a good deal. Without being able to offer the better education, because you can exhaust people by constantly texting them to try to educate them over text message or in a Facebook group about all of the products that we have. But a really good discussion about the Scentsy Go probably is going to happen in person over via text message or via a Facebook post that somebody puts a comment on. You are in control of that demonstration. You are in control of listening to what people are saying. You are in control of hearing them say, I don't know what this thing is with a USB cord. You can listen at those parties for those questions. You cannot listen for those questions when the people are not in front of you. That's why parties are such great relationship builders. It gives you an opportunity to be knowledgeable, to be friendly, and to be someone that they want to do business with regularly and repeatedly. And the last one, party guests attend parties intending to make a purchase. By offering education, demonstrations, and scent testers, you are increasing the probability they will spend more. In short, guests come ready to shop. And we know that we have all experienced that. I'm sure at one point in our lives, especially those of us probably in the over 40 group, all of you in the over 40 group. No, I'm just kidding. We've attended at least one home party in our lifetime, and we attended that home party knowing that we expected to make a purchase. People that attend home parties attend the home party knowing in their mind they're going to make a purchase, even if it's a minimum purchase. And I will tell you, probably if I'm looking over the last 15 years of parties that I've had, I've rarely had somebody come in and make just the minimum purchase, because by the time I am able to sell to them and share with them, I have them wanting more than what they expected to come in and just buy. I don't have the ability to be in front of somebody and help them buy more if I don't know the questions that they have, or if I don't know the uncertainties that they have, or if I'm not in front of them to read their body language. I'm not in front of them to feed excitement. There is so much more that is power when you are in front of people in the selling and shopping experience. You can read the way people are engaged. If you have somebody that is super excited at a party, that might be somebody that's a future team member. But you would not be able to witness that excitement if they were not in front of you in that environment. There is so much power in having a group of people in front of you that are your captive audience. All right, so the two things that Scentsy really promotes are home parties and basket parties when we talk about parties. Home parties are perfect for a host who loves to socialize and have people over. Like the name suggests, they are typically at your host's home, but don't have to be. If your host isn't comfortable hosting at their place, you can also hold this type of party somewhere else, like a coffee shop or a break room at work. Your host picks a date and invites friends and family. You set up a simple product display, give a quick demo, and encourage guests to sample the fragrances and place orders. Basket parties have become a little bit of an outdated term for so many consultants that have joined in the last couple of years. I think it's more of an on-the-go party or a mobile party. But really what it is it is your testers going with a host, different places, and collecting orders. Your host can take them to work, the gym, school, wherever, and share Scentsy fragrances and collect orders on your behalf. Now, one of the beautiful things about those mobile parties is if you have an awesome host that is able to sell in your proxy, they probably are a great candidate to be a consultant because they just did the job for you. But still, it doesn't matter, home parties or basket parties. Of course, I'm going to tell you home parties are better than basket parties from the standpoint of me being able to be there. But there is power in basket parties because you have the ability to get scent under people's noses and see how hard that hostess works for her rewards. Okay. So here's, when I'm talking simple home party displays, simple food, simple. It does not take much to have a gathering of people and to have a home party. Product display, if you don't have one of every product, so what? You are still able to have a party if you don't have one of every product. I can tell you that right now. You can do a party with a warmer and a pack of wax. So long as you have scents for them to smell, your party has the potential to be successful. Here's an example on the right side of a mobile party. Someone just separated the testers into those photo organizers. Power in people sitting around and smelling testers, period. This is something we have done for years. It is something that is still just as effective today. Here's a spin on a party display. This is actually one of mine. This is one of my favorite ways to display my my products at a home party, because it looks like, even with a little tiny bit of product, it looks like I've taken up a lot of real estate. But I start with a blank piece of paper, and however I set up my table, I just write right where I put things. And I do my party display different every single time. And for me, I love this because, as you'll see in the next photo, it gives me an opportunity to tell people what to do. Take a pen, take a board to write on, take a tear off sheet to make some notes. And it's simple. It's simple. It looks clean. I don't have a lot of things on the table, but for some reason it feels interactive. It feels like there's a call to action. I don't know. So, okay, here's a few things I want to share with you. And this is in real, this is current, this is present. And I've pulled some of these from our different Scentsy pages. But on the left side, and I have to call everybody's attention, especially my shift panel, to the very last line of Teresa's post, where she said, this lines up with Jen Audette's message last night on Thursday night shift. She totally gave us a plug. Thank you, Teresa. But she was shouting out her director. She got back to basics and hosted an in-home party last night with really good results that are still continuing. And she says, sometimes we have to cut out all of the extra technical fluff and just master the basics of buy, host, and join through the party method. This brings us back to the catalog while expanding our customer base and potential new team member pool. One of the beautiful things about doing parties and working off the catalog is you don't typically have to worry about if it's going to sell out in 5 minutes. There's that anxiety that's centered around LTOs that turns some consultants off. Well, if you're working around using the catalog as your main product source, you don't have to worry as much about something selling out very quickly and you having to be online at a certain time to make sure that you can get the products that you collected money for. On the right side, shout out to Lisa Davey rocking that home party last night. Sister Friend added one already active teamie and a possible second new recruit. She has inspired me to get my booty into some homes to share the Scentsy love. And my menu is blocking my screen. On the left side, this was my home party setup. Nothing fancy because it was a rough night last night. But as I'm entering her orders, it was over $600. I looked at her and said, you know, I would love to make this money, but honestly, you would be amazing as a consultant. She signed up immediately, earned shooting star, booked 2 parties. I love home parties. On the right side, I 100% prefer home parties. They are so much more fun and more successful. If you ask me, when I joined 7.5 years ago, that was the only way to do them for me. And then she gave an example of a game that she plays. And she said, it's pretty simple. I do my demonstration, they ask questions, and I'm pretty much done. Come on. Okay, here's another one. And I loved this idea. I just want to share a party idea that I did last night with huge success. I did a mother-daughter party. The hostess made handwritten invites and sent them to school with her daughter, and we had a great turnout. The girls were a huge part of getting their moms to come. They were the force for good, really, as they all wanted to hang out with each other anyways. It was a very loud party, and we had to send them downstairs for a while to give us a breather, but it was really a ton of fun. The hostess had some fun kid-specific things for them and lots of candy for treats. Try it. And on the right side, and I love how pretty her simple display is. Yesterday, I had my very first in-home party with Scentsy, and it was truly amazing. I'm so thankful for everyone that came. Scentsy truly is home to me, and I'm so blessed to be a part of such an amazing company. And then she goes on to talk a little bit more about her success. Okay, here's another home party. I'm trying to drive home the group shopping experience with these pictures, but here is a spin-off of The Price is Right that created fun and engagement at a home party. This was shared by Rachel Pence. And she said she sat out a bunch of Scentsy product, made corresponding tags with the price of each item on one side and the number 1 or 2 on the other side, team 1, team 2. I split the group into 2 different teams, instructed them that they had 1 minute to tag the products, and whichever team tagged the most correct wins. Fun, right? Jody, you want to hop in here really quick and talk about this?
I can, so this is just something I made the other day. It's actually not finished, as Melissa put a nice little genius sticker over I think I was getting some meatballs or something on this. This is a menu that I got in Canva that I changed, obviously, from a food menu to a home party or a booking different type of party menu. It's not completed, but the idea is here. And do you have the rest of the shop, Melissa, or is it just this one?
I only put on here the in-person events, since that's what we're talking about.
All right. So it's pretty self-explanatory, you guys, and I can drop the link so that you guys can have this in Canva and edit that if you do use Canva. So you have your traditional home party. My personal favorite actually is a sip and sniff, because if you're nervous about doing a home party, for me, this one is really easy to do because they're just going to invite a few people over. You're going to sit around the table with some testers, and you generally have, your wine there, and it's just a couple of people. So those ones, if you're doing, or excuse me, if you're thinking about doing a home party, but you're nervous about it, consider doing something along that, because it feels a little less intimidating. But again, it's still getting people together. And that's where the connections are formed, is again, at an in-person party. So some of these I haven't tried just yet, you guys. So choose the category. I just thought of this the other day when I was creating it. We have a lot of stuff to cover. So if you're doing a Scentsy home party for somebody who's been around Scentsy since the beginning, wax and warmers is old news to them, but maybe they haven't tried a specific category or on the go, or maybe you just focus on oil and fan type diffusers instead of the entire thing. So maybe they pick a category and that's what you focus on, or the fave 5, which is 5 of their favorite friends and 5 favorite products, and you bring those and that's what you talk about. There are lots of different ways that you can get in front of people. I really truly think what's happening right now is we're just not asking. We're not even giving people the option to say yes to it, because everything kind of went away in 2020 and we never went back. So some people are ready to party, but they might be thinking, well, maybe she doesn't want to come into homes yet. Let them know that if you are willing to do that, that's an option, and you would like to, that spring is coming. We're definitely back to some normalcy. Let's get some friends together and we'll share some scents and some sips, and, we'll have a good time. Don't overthink asking people to host. If they're your friends, first of all, present it in a fun way, you guys. We're party planners. Hey, for example, I don't mean to rub this in for you, Melissa. I'm sorry that you don't have power. I'm only a small bit sorry that it was 81 degrees out here today while you guys were driving around in ice. But that would have been a perfect time for somebody hey, you guys can be really nice this weekend. I know it's short notice, but can you grab a few people? We're going to sit out on the back porch and I got some new testers I want to smell. It is as simple as that. Don't overthink it and talk yourself right out of it before you even give yourself or your potential host the opportunity to get together and have some fun. So, and I will go ahead and get that link and drop it in the chat for y'all.
And going off of what Jody just said, it really is easy to say, hey, let's get some people together and I'll bring Scentsy and snacks. Like to your friend group. Right? Like you can be as casual as that. The more comfortable that you get doing this, the more yeses you are going to get.
You know, and the other thing to do on that too, Melissa, like let's say, I mean, when I worked outside the home, excuse me, it's been a minute, but my coworkers, I spent more time with than anybody else. So if you're inviting your best friend, you know damn well she's got a work wife, y'all. She's got a work wife that you don't know about, a secret best friend over there at the workplace. Bring her. That's a new customer, a new friend. She knows new people, and it really is as simple as that. That's how you expand your network.
Yeah.
Don't be jealous about your best friend's work friend. It's okay.
And I want to ask you guys, when is the last time you had your own in-home smelling event? It's probably been a really long time for a lot of us, where we actually invited people that is our friend group and said, it is a brand new catalog and I just got all of the new scents. Come over on Friday night. Let's fill in the blank, drink wine, drink water. I don't care. Come over. I haven't seen you guys. We haven't gotten together in so long. When's the last time you had your own? Well, so let's talk about that for a second. Resources that are available to you on the workstation. When's the last time that you revisited or recreated or edited or used at all your list of 100? Sitting down and literally dropping the names of every single person that comes to mind. I bet you can get to 100 pretty quickly. My list would be hard because so many would be commingled with, oh, shoot, she's a consultant, she's a consultant, she's a consultant. But really, when you think about, you start thinking about all of the different areas where you are busy in your life. So you think about the people that are involved with your child's school, or you think about the people that are involved with, I love this, Callie, that's awesome. Well, so we had an in-person event. I love it. Okay, I answered your poll. I'm going to be curious to see what the results are. I love that. But the list of 100, those that actually do it, it's a helpful tool. And those that don't do it are the ones that are eye rolling saying, I know, list of 100. Those that are annoyed by hearing it for the 55th time, the only ones that are annoyed are the ones that don't use it. Because it is a very, very useful tool. If you don't want to go all the way to 100, then on the workstation, there's also something called 40 hosts in 4 minutes. And it even gives you prompts for relatives, for friends, for coworkers, for neighbors, for church or social group contacts, etc. Drop names in those 40 spots. It's going to help you with thinking about who to ask. And by putting their names down, you can actually highlight them if you've asked them. You can write their answer next to this. You have some kind of method to track those that you've actually asked. Because if you are blindly asking without tracking who you're asking, and you keep getting no's, 4 no's are going to feel like 400 no's when you're not tracking anything. Tracking is very, very important. It holds you accountable. It gives you somebody to follow up with. Here's another tool on the workstation. A booking conversation goal tracker. I'm just giving you some ideas for things that are right at your fingertips on our own workstation. Set a weekly goal of 10 booking conversations. Mark them off in the speech bubble to track your progress. I wonder what your percentage would be if you asked 10 people, if you legitimately, like you didn't just be like, want to host a party? Do you want to host a Scentsy party? But if you put your own spin based on how you are and who you are and the type of way that you interact with your customers, you legitimately ask 10 people, I'd be very curious to see how many yeses that you got. I loved this idea that was born, Stacy, and I don't have her last name. She created this right after World Tour because she got to thinking, I have to expand my network and I have to get back to basics. So she wanted to talk to one person about hosting, share with one person the opportunity, and build a relationship with somebody else, 3 people a day. And said by asking 7 people a week to party, sharing the opportunity with 7 people a week, and building 7 deeper relationships a week. If I did it each month for an entire year, 52 weeks, that's 364 people from each category. Partying grows your sales, which gives you more people to share the opportunity with. And remember, we are a relationship business. Here's another tool that's on your workstation or on your dashboard. I learned on Tuesday night, you guys, I learned on my team call that I keep saying we refer to it as our workstation, but the very first thing that new consultants see when they log in is dashboard. And that's what they think it's called, is it's on the dashboard. And so I now am going to interchangeably use the word workstation as dashboard. I've learned that from my new consultants that have joined. So that's just a little tip. There's a host coaching checklist that literally walks you through exactly what to do. Hold on. Like right after the booking, start a party on your PWS. Be sure to check the box, show on PWS. Send your host a save the date email with the information below. Send them a packet, whatever. It walks you through exactly what to do once you actually have a party on your calendar, or at least gives you a springboard to jump off of. Right on our dashboard, right on our workstation. And another tool is this sharing the opportunity. Consider how and where you will meet new people, build the message. What's the message that you want people to know? Why would somebody want to join with you? You have to think about that. There's a lot of times that we get so hung up on the fact that, oh, I'm so bad at recruiting, nobody wants to join my team. Have you stopped to think about why somebody might want to? It's a good question, right? Why would somebody want to join with you? Do they view that you have fun with your business? Do they view that you enjoy doing what you do? Maybe think about that. Why should somebody join with you, and build your message around why they should, and then take action. This document, again, on your workstation, and it prompts you to think about how you can start sharing the hosting opportunity or sharing the join opportunity. You can use this interchangeably. Okay. And why do you want people to party with you? Why would somebody want to? And also on your workstation, which I thought this is really, really cool, it is a party games booklet. And I'm not going to read them to you, but I wanted you to know that this exists. And this too is on the workstation, and it is a booklet with a bunch of different games that you can play at a Scentsy party. And this is all available to you right online. Do you have poll results, Kelly?
Can you see them?
31% over a year, which can also mean it's been over 2 years, 3 years since the beginning of COVID, since before COVID.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
29% have never had an in-person event.
So I dropped in the chat, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I think we should do a challenge for next week. And the challenge should be to honestly do the list of 100. Print the one that Melissa just shared from the workstation. Take your time and work on it this week. Go as far as you can with that and bring it back next week. Challenge number 1. Challenge number 2, the booking conversation. Like really ask 10 people and see what happens, because I think you're right. People aren't doing them. And if you've never had a home party, I hope tonight, if nothing else, gave you some ideas and nuggets and a little bit of courage to go out and start asking people to do them, because they are the bread and butter. And honestly, they're fun. And I'm just going to let you guys know that I won't be here on March 9th because I just booked a home party. I did it really. I did it tonight on the phone. So I just put that on our board, Kelly, on our planning board, just so you're so proud. Okay. So again, we all need these kind of reminders and this inspiration. Like, we are getting back into normal. It's time to get back into doing some of those home parties. And I quite frankly think people are ready to do things again. Just sometimes when you say that word party, people think they have to have a super clean house and they have to have all these food and all these friends. And if you can kind of let them know, like, just grab a couple girls from work, like 3, 4. I used to have a party. Was it 3, 4, 5, 3 friends? I don't know how I did it. It was years ago. 4 products. I'll talk for 5 minutes. I don't know, something like that. Like, there's different ways to get people together. It doesn't have to be huge, but guaranteed, like Melissa said, they're going to buy more than the minimum. A smaller party sometimes has a better benefits because you're really getting to connect with the people that are there, and you're really able to like give them a personal shopping experience, for lack of a better way to describe it. But that's kind of what it is. Ooh, Kelly is on it with the polls tonight. Who's going to take the list of 100 challenge?
Hey, I also wanted to share something really quick with you too. When someone invites you to a party of some other business, go. Show up to their parties so you have conversations with people and you get that opportunity to tell them what you do. It's a natural question when you say, oh, what do you do for a living? They're going to automatically ask you, oh, well, what do you do, after they tell you? So you have to show up in order to meet people face to face. I don't care if it's in the grocery store, give a compliment. Alicia Daniels is the one I'm going to speak about. So proud of her. She literally is terrified to have conversations with people. And I have received so many messages from her that just bring a huge smile to my face and a tear to my eye at the same time. Because in such a short period of time, from the moment we found her and kidnapped her at Hobby Lobby, gave her the 5 rubber band challenge to just give 5 compliments. She literally has made these little bead things where she moves the bead over and moved it up to 10. She has asked someone to join her team, and they did since then. So I'm going to share with you again the last message. Sorry, Alicia, that I'm totally saying your message, but this is about what Jody and Melissa are talking about, being intentional of really doing the list of 100 that you hear all of us talk about. You're showing up here because you want a successful business. All 7 of us are going to tell you, you always have to have a list of 100, constantly changing, going, and you need a party. We're straight up telling you this is what it takes to be successful. And you've got to be flexible. You've got to be able to move and be able to do different things, whether it's an online party during COVID to back in person now that we're done with COVID. I just did a Facebook party 30 minutes for this thing started tonight. I have my first home party that's at my house on March 9th. So you have to be flexible and be able to be willing to do different things and try it, because that might be the one thing that you become really great at and confident at, like Alicia is, by giving compliments to people and starting conversations. Her last message was to me, good afternoon, how are you? I just wanted to say thank you again. So I stepped out of my comfort zone and started a conversation with the lady. She mentioned needing something to do, so I offered her a hostess kit, and I had available, and she signed up today. I'm baby stepping to director and building my team. This is someone 2 weeks ago that was shaking at the thought of giving nice shoes, that I tapped her on the back, and she was one of the 5 or 6 brave people that stood up at Houston World Tour, terrified, trembling in front of people. And look where she's at today. So you just never know. Be flexible, commit, take Jody's challenge. What have you got to lose to honestly give it 100%? And just try. What have you got to lose?
94% said challenge accepted. I can't wait to do one. 69%. You guys, I hope this is not just you saying this
Right. and
for
do
our
it.
benefit, because we don't benefit. We don't benefit either way. It doesn't matter if you do or don't do. It's your business that will benefit from this. And we are here to encourage you, and we are here to push you. And we are here to do exactly what Heather just said, to push you outside of your comfort zone and outside of yourself to help you reach your potential. You are only ever one person away from your life changing. And that goes with everything in life. You are only one party away from your business skyrocketing, depending on who you meet. You are only one new team member away from your journey to director. You never know. But if you never meet the people, you never have the chance.
Mhm.
So the bottom line from tonight is that I want you to walk away, not only with Jody's challenge, but I want you to walk away with this. The party is not dead. And you have to meet new people. You cannot continue to sell to the same 7 people that are in your customer base. That does not a director make. You cannot. I cannot wait to see where you go with this. I want you to feel my energy and my excitement. I want you to feel that your group, your panel is behind you. We support you. We are cheering you on. We want to see all of us succeed.
Mm.
And we know that the potential is there. We know that is a stepping stone for big things happening in your business if you take the initiative to change what you're currently doing. Because 69% of you, or what was it, 31% have never had or it's been over a year, and 29% have never done an in-person event ever. How are people smelling the testers? How do they even know what Scentsy smells like? You're selling to people that are buying blindly. They don't even know what they're buying. They don't know what they don't know what it smells like. Start selling to people that fall in love with fragrances because they're smelling them in person. Okay? We can do big things.
Absolutely.
Thanks for
Good job
tuning in.
tonight, Melissa.
Great
That
call,
was
Melissa.
great.
Yes, it was.
I like that.
call,
I really
great
hope that
call.
you guys are, I see even on Facebook, lots of challenge accepted. I really hope that you guys, I'm going to take the challenge, book a party, book an event, because it also like kind of like relights your fire, right? Like it gets you
does,
excited.
right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
You guys,
I'm
and
really
I
gonna
say
say something.
it's challenge accepted for us too.
Yeah. I'm actually really excited about it because it's, like, I don't know, we all need to kind of pour into ourselves and go back to some of those things that used to ignite us. And I remember doing home parties. It would scare me, but they also excited me because that's a whole new pool of new people. And okay, I'm going to say something before we go. This is probably the dumbest thing y'all might hear me. I'll probably reference it a lot, but here in April, when we went to Summit thing, I learned a stranger is just a friend I haven't met yet. So now doing home parties to me feels different because I go into it, or I'm going into it with that mentality of, I'm not afraid of these people. Like, these could be my new best friends. They could be new customers. They could be new teams. And I've always known it, but now I'm applying that. And when you actually do that, you just approach things differently. And so it feels a whole lot less scary right now. So
I have a girl that's in our group who was last Friday was super nervous. She was hosting a sip and sniff at her own house on Sunday. And I talked to her on Friday and she was super nervous. And we were giving her pointers and we were giving her tips. And I say we because we were on a group Zoom, and she had 7 people attend, $1,000 party at her own house, and 3 bookings. And that was from her 7 close friends, her circle of people, her couple best customers, her close friends, and $1,000, 7 people, 3 bookings. And she was blown away. And she was like, I did not have expectations going into this, but you guys pumped me up and made me excited for the event that I was hosting at my own house. And it shifted my perspective. And I went into it saying, I am going to make something happen. And she did.
imagine what that's going to continue to do for her.
Look at the future business. I said to her, I
Right.
said, look at the future business you have on the books for March. You have 3 parties booked for March.
But once you even realize like that it's not, that's not as scary as you thought. You can do it. You can show up scared and still do it. You don't have to be perfect. You can do all of those things and people are going to have fun. Oh, and you're going to make money. That's when I was like, like, this is great. I have control over, who I'm spending my time with and the kind of money that I want to bring in. Like, and the more I do, the more I make. Like, you don't do that in a regular corporate 9 to 5. Not, I mean, that I know of. So to me, that's what would light my fire more.
Yeah.
She gets to see that and she got to experience that. So good for her. That's awesome.
It's exciting. It also is happening in real time. It's happening in the current stage of the economy. It's happening in the current stage of post-COVID. It's happening in the current social media way we build our businesses these days. It's happening now.
And I want to know, Melissa, do you know how she asked for that party? Because some people are saying nobody wants to do parties. But have you asked?
So
or have you posted about it?
So what she did, I will tell you what she did. She printed a blank March calendar and had it at her event, at her party. And she said, I pulled a little sneaky tactic. I filled in fake names on a lot of days of parties I already had booked because that's what made her feel comfortable. But she highlighted a couple days that she had available still open for parties. And those 3 dates that she had open got booked because they all saw that other people were doing it.
And that's an
how
old
she
school
felt.
OG technique.
Yeah, that's
Highlight
how
the
she
days. That is 2009.
And that's how she felt comfortable. And I said, you don't have to feel bad about that. When I walk into the pizza place and there's a tip jar on the counter and there's 720s in it, they put those in there from the cash drawer.
Right.
To kind of put in my mind that everybody's tipping.
Oh, absolutely. It's the same reason we all say, oh, this is my last one, but you have 3 hiding underneath your event countertop.
Yeah.
Or why, if you're at a fair and show, you have people come over and hang out at your booth. Nobody wants to walk into an empty booth, but if you have people there hanging out and chit-chatting, they'll come over to your booth
They
and start
always
smelling.
come in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
And that's how she got her book.
This Zoom is done every Thursday night, Sylvia. Same time, same link. Yeah, just to answer your
That
question.
channel.
And Taylor's asking, out of all the shift ladies, do y'all only do Scentsy full time? Yes, I think all of us do.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I
I
think
know-
if you remember in the beginning, everybody had different, we got to this place because of these things over time.
Oh yeah, I was moving every 3 years, military spouse, little kid. I mean,
But we were out talking to people. So some social media wasn't such a big thing. And it's a great tool, but we hide behind it a lot, I think. And it's easier for a lot of us to talk and say things on social media than it is in person. So I have seen a big shift in our business.
I promoted, would y'all all say y'all all promoted by partying back in the day? That's how you promoted the next. It was all through-
Absolutely.
Yeah, without
I
a
made
doubt.
Superstar Director before my 4th Centiversary because of parties,
Yep.
Absolutely.
period.
I can't wait.
It wasn't because of selling a 6-pack of bars.
And Jen Audette's not on tonight, but she will tell you she never stopped home partying.
No, she didn't.
He has continued to home party this entire time. Like you could fool Jen that she's in 2023 and people really don't know what parties are anymore. Because to Jen, she has spent 15 years continuing to do parties, and it's why she's so darn successful and her organization is huge.
She's probably the only person that would say, oh my gosh, I have too many parties scheduled. I guarantee you, all of you will look at your calendars right now and put the number in chat, how many parties you have booked for March. It's going to be 0 to whatever. And I'm going to tell y'all, I don't know what immersive is happening. We are now in
What's happening?
Counting is fun.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't think that was gonna be so dramatic. I thought I was just put all 4 of you on the screen. I apologize.
Should we smile? Should we take a picture? I feel like we need to.
Yeah, but it doesn't put Callie in.
It's shift after
Well, I
dark.
wasn't
Or
talking.
after
I thought it was
shift
maybe,
night,
I don't
guys.
know.
Well, the blank-
I didn't
the
mean to interrupt. Go
blank
back to what
frame
you were discussing. That was
The blank frame is for the next Superstar Director from partying. That spot is you.
Yes.
Put your
That's
face
right, Heather.
right there in that blank frame.
Yeah, that's me over in Australia. I'm next.
Yes.
Yes, claim it.
woohoo.
Yeah.
I
love
can't figure out how to stop it.
I love it. No, I think it's great. We should do it like this every week. It's so weird.
I don't
But
love it.
Melissa looks like it's a real because it's the white background from the closet. Then it looks like it's like a silhouette. It's like a. This is great.
That's so funny.
You're
All
the
right, guys.
pictures hanging like Harry Potter.
Oh, Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly's in the hole. Okay.
Oh, you know what? We should have started with it. I know we got to go because it's 9:06, but
Yes.
there's a lot of new faces on shift tonight, you guys. I was going through some of the names and we didn't welcome, we didn't go over announcements. I just got right into what I was doing because I got distracted as usual.
That's all right.
So if you're new, welcome.
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 Tiffany
And-
just booked 2 parties. Rachel
Oh, that's
Dillon,
awesome.
2 parties booked.
That's awesome.
And then really quick, just to make sure y'all know, if you do the newsletter, it is posted in Thursday Night Shift. And I love that Melissa was talking about this last night or tonight, because look on the thing, borrow my bag for the week. In the newsletter, it straight up tells them, borrow my bag for a week that you're sending out to your customers. So this is editable in Canva, just print, do whatever you want to do with it.
Yep.
No, I'm not making changes. That's what you have the Canva link for. With love.
With love. 3 red hearts. Explanation point. All right. What a great call. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you
Melissa,
all
for all the
being here.
great info.
You're welcome. Thanks,
Shirley's
guys. You guys are
dog,
the
thank
best.
you for blessing us on Zoom. Your face is just a freaking adorable. You totally distracted me, you cute little sucker.
And thanks for showing up. You all have a choice to show up in your business, and you choose to show up every Thursday night, and we thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Have a great one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.